Welcome back, and in today's video we're going to talk about it's another one of them rep personal videos where I just go on tangents and I talk about stuff. You guys seem to really like these types of videos, and I was on Facebook scrolling and I ran across this thing here. I'll put it on screen here. It says, bro, age 25-30 is a soul crusher. You're dealing with accepting your group of friends getting smaller, your parents getting older, cleaning the financial mess you made in your early 20s, your career, your health. You got to find some time to heal your mind. You just have to. And this got me really to thinking that what would I say to myself if I could go back in time and talk to me? Well, I would tell myself that you're never as good as they say you are, and you're never as bad as they say you are. I would say to myself that everybody has their own pace. Don't get too much in a hurry. Enjoy the time that you have right now. I would probably say don't buy all that. I would say save more money, and I might even not get the earrings that I have. I don't regret them. I actually really like them. It's just I don't know if I'd make the conscious decision to do it, because back when I was younger, it was like let's go back to 15 years old, middle school, questing for individuality, purpose, acceptance, and doing all that while you have massive amounts of insecurity. I just wanted to be loved. I wanted to be liked, and a lot of things that I did were for that sole purpose, the questing of individuality, like the basic white girl kit, where everybody's trying to be their own individual person. They even get the monograms, they get all this stuff, and then basically everybody ends up looking the same. Well, I was actually a basic hipster. This is a picture of me. I know it doesn't look like me at all, but I assure you that it is. And as far as the friend groups getting smaller, my best friend's a cat. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Well, it's actually a human. It's a whole nother story for a whole nother video. My parents getting older, now that's really something. That it just makes me feel real bad. It makes me feel like I'm not spending enough time with everybody. I was raised by my grandparents, but everybody's getting older now. And yesterday, Nanny and Grandpa came over, and Nanny was determined. She got up those stairs, but my grandpa made it 4 stairs up, got dizzy, couldn't go, and that made me feel some type of way. It made me realize we're all growing older, and eventually none of this is going to exist, and that's why you need to pay attention to the now. You need to be having a good time now. And that's another thing I would stress to younger me. Enjoy those times, because a lot of times, those times you don't realize are the best times of your life. Usually a year later, I look back and I'm like, dang, that was the best time of my life. And every time I think about those things, I'm like, well, I will enjoy the now more. And then a year goes by, I look back and I was like, dang, I wish I would have enjoyed that more. You know what I'm talking about? The whole entire reason that I started my channel in the first place was to heal my ailing depressions from the accident that I had, because I couldn't walk or anything like that. We're not going to get into that. I've already talked about that too much, but know that I started this channel as a form of therapy for myself, and I had no intention on being exactly what I am right now. It just grew, and it grew, and now you guys are here, and I don't really know what to do with that, you know? Doing the best that I can over here, but not really knowing the content from one day to the next. I have some playlists that are the most popular, as you know, the exploring YouTubers, conspiracies and things like that. I feel really out of touch recently, but I am happy with the content. We've been doing explorations and different things, and just while we've been trying to get out the bigger videos, I've been doing smaller videos, and they're just like, they're hit or miss with the audience. But there's stuff that I like and that make me happy, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. There was a point in time in my life when I thought that the content was directly related to my mood and how I felt, and I think a lot of YouTubers need to hear this. It's really not, and it's, if anything, today was a big indicator of that. My last video, well, there's a lot of factors, but the last video was demonetized, and when videos are demonetized, they don't send out all notifications, and the algorithm suppresses it, and so the views were a lot lower, nearly 50% lower than anything else, and which makes no sense, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But it made me feel really bad, and I didn't even want to get out of bed. I didn't want to go to the gym and do my routine and everything, and this is why routine is very important. So I said, well, I'm going to stick to my routine, and I went to the gym, got my dark roast coffee full of antioxidants, very good. Another video, another time. And I listened to my audiobooks, and I just worked out, and I did a 1 mile run, and I did all these things that just made me feel good. And you know what? I realized that my mood and the endorphins that were released and this burst of energy that I got, and I just felt so good, and I feel so good right now, and realized that, like, whoa, these feelings are directly not related to the content that I put out. The energies comes from within, and a lot of times that gets portrayed the wrong way. You just lose sight of it, and you lose your focus, and you forget. It's your routine, the things you do day to day that make you happy, and even the smallest little things like brushing your teeth, those little tiny things add up, and at the end of the year you become a completely different person. So you got to stick in your routine and make sure that you're doing things to take care of yourself. But if you're not paying attention to that because it's so minuscule and little, you might think that your happiness is directly related to something that it's actually not. It's never the content that you're putting out. And in more relatable to you guys, it's never the stuff that you're doing. It's how you feel inside. Focus on your innermost feelings, and you'll be just fine. Speaking of demonetization, that's right. Most of my videos are demonetized, and that should swing into talking about the reports mugs. Like I was having you guys vote on which ones you wanted to keep. I'm going to be completely straightforward and honest with you. I know you guys liked this one. I don't like either. There's always one mug that's always been the best mug, and that is the official Rep Squad mug. And you know what? I think we're going to keep up with this mug even in the rep reports, and we're going to discontinue the sales on these, and I'm going to give them both away. I'm going to autograph both these, paw print from Greg, both of these. I'm giving them away in today's video. So if you're interested in getting them, some official Repzilla history that will never be available again, comment in today's video, and I'm going to give them away to random people, and that's just it. Stick with that the Rep Reports mug being the official Rep Squad membership mug. Other than that, Mark, how you doing? Go ahead and tell them.
Get the official Rep Squad sweater.
Mark's a good dude over here. He's going to be with us this Halloween. I also don't know if I'm going to take down my holiday decorations. I know a lot of people were like, no, I really like the aesthetic. Don't take it down. I don't really know. So I guess I'll put a poll up right here, and you tell me if you want me to keep these decorations up year round, or don't even, like, it's a thing, whatever, Let's talk about constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is something that I've always been gung-ho about, I've always been there for the criticisms, because even before I started the channel, I understood that making mistakes was necessary for success. Like, success isn't born from success is born from failure. You got to make mistakes to become better, and you have to sift through criticisms of people. Now, there's a fine line between criticisms and people that are just straight up being disrespectful and out to hurt you, and that happens a lot online, and it happens a lot in my videos, and I want to directly talk to those people. It's not good for your health. Stop doing that, first off. A second, you don't really have to do that. The Rep Squad members know, and they'll tell you, if you really want to reach out to me. My DMs are always open, and they always will be open. If you got something to say to me, say it to me. I'm such an open person that you can talk to me about things. The only people that I'm going to block and not talk to are people that say disgusting and gross things to me. Like, if you talk about me and my family, and you're not there to criticize for growth, you're not there to talk about any big issue in particular that affects the bigger scheme. If you're just there to hate and just hurt me and make me feel less and make yourself feel bigger, then you're gonna get blocked, especially if I've told you multiple times, especially if I've reached out and I've tried to see your side. I've tried to be patient. I've given you time, and then you still are. There's some, I'm not gonna say directly, but there's some people that have dedicated whole, like, they have like a whole like a whole Twitter, and it's like dedicated to nothing but literally talking about me for the last couple years. And I discovered this not too long ago, and man, that's just, there's better things to do with your time. I promise you, I'm not that interesting. I'm really quite boring. I'm just a person out here that's insignificant doing a thing. And there's a possibility that I'm an escaped Illuminati member, but that's another video for another time. Mostly my purpose in the videos I make is to make people happy. I want to make people happy, and while I'm doing that, I want to use my platform for good, and that's just the purpose. Like I said, I got more serious about YouTube when just at random. You do a thing every single day, and it's on your mind all the time. You just get better at it, and you want to develop yourself and as a person. And that's why I've always been about constructive criticism. So if there is constructive criticism and it's helpful and it's going to better me, 9 times out of 10 I'm going to use it. And that's just how it is. That's growth. That's making things better for yourself. But these people that trap in their hearts these emotions, it's going to build, and it's going to be like a tea kettle. I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, I feel like a kettle about to pop, but I accidentally said poo, so it was like kettle about to poo. But it's the Android spell check. I got to go back to iPhone. No offense to Android users, but I'm an iPhone person, and I cannot deal with it. I got to get the new iPhone, or even my old iPhone fixed, but I just don't like the Androids. Spell correct is not on my side, and I'm horrible at spelling, But if you feel, and this is another thing that's going to help you in your life, if you feel something, don't avoid it. If there's a bigger, deeper truth inside your heart, and you're hiding it from somebody because you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you just want to keep the peace, that's going to build and build and build and build, and it's going to be like a tea kettle about to pop. And you need to just, it's hard, but boundaries need to be created. You need to speak your truth, because if you do not speak your truth, it's going to manifest itself in a more negative way, and it's going to, even if you're not trying to, you may come off a little bit more aggressive at times. You want to be in control of how you feel about this thing, and it's going to make every aspect of your life a lot worse if you don't speak your truth, and that's just how it is. And that goes hand in hand with letting things go and just being more positive in general. And you got to keep positive people in your life as well. That's another thing. I'm not trying to go off on too many tangents here, but the last thing I'll close on is the people that you keep in your life really do matter, because the older that you do get, the more that stuff just, it becomes a soul crusher, so to speak, from the first, from the Facebook status that I showed you. It becomes more necessary to have people in your life that build you up and push you forward, rather than people that are just constantly negative and suck the energy out of you. And these people might not on the surface mean to do this, but if somebody's just completely depressed all the time, and you've given them advice and you've tried to help them, and then they've not taken it, and they continue to be in a depressive state for the next few years to come, and you've been there, that's somebody to cut away. They might not be a bad person, but they're not a good person for you. So you're stuck within a decision to keep this person that's draining your energy, that you could be using for the betterment of yourself. And it's not a selfish thing to create that boundary, because if you become better in yourself, then everybody in your life is going to become better. But you need to keep the energy drainers away, especially when you get older. It's just an important thing. Not everybody in your life is meant to be in your life forever. So that's where we're going to close this at. So I'm going to pick those giveaways for these rep mugs in the comment section, and then after that I'm going to go to Instagram, where hopefully you're going to be there and you're going to say something to me, and we'll get in a conversation, because we are trying to get to 12,000 followers over there. We're currently at 11.1, so I'll see you there. It's good to talk to you, Rep Squad.